portions of TV23's internet provided by SWKO Wireless Internet. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to High Plains Today, right here on TV23. Hey, you know what? It is Thursday. It's August 25th. I had to think for a minute. On today's show, our entertainment correspondent, Adam Jewell. In the meantime, let's take a look at happenings. A Garden City man was hurt Tuesday after being involved in a single vehicle rollover crash in Finney County. 25-year-old Lawrence Michael Lemasters of Garden City was traveling south on Business 83 around 8 a.m. when his vehicle went left of center, failed to stop at a stop sign and an intersection, and continued to cross the intersection. According to the Kansas Highway Patrol report, Lemasters' vehicle then overcorrected and went into a passenger side vault. I'm guessing that means he went airborne, leaving the road and rolling an unknown number of times before landing on its roof in a field. He was transported to St. Catherine's Hospital, where he was treated and released. And work has started on a resurfacing project on US 83 from US 83 and 160 junction in Seward County to the US 83 160 K144 junction in Haskell County. Now, the first phase for a surface recycle of the top 2 inches of asphalt and will be followed by a 2-inch asphalt overlay. Now, currently work is going north from the southern interjunction of US 83 and US 160. Now, during construction, traffic will be limited to 1 lane through the work zone, guided by a pilot car. Now, drivers can expect delays of maybe 15 minutes or less. KDOT expects work on this project to be completed by the end of October, depending on weather. And the Liberal City Commission met Tuesday evening for their regularly scheduled meeting. Among the items on the agenda, the Commission had a public hearing on the 2017 budget. After the hearing, the City Commission approved the 2017 City of Liberal budget. The citywide budget reflects a decrease in the mill levy by 0.043 mills. And under a proposed agreement negotiated August 13th and 14th by an 8-member team, 4 representing the Garden City Educators Association and 4 representing USD 457, teachers and other certified personnel who have worked for the district 5 or more years would receive, on top of their salaries, a one-time bonus, various amounts depending on their years of service. Now, the agreement was presented to teachers Tuesday evening. The agreement would maintain the district's current salary schedule. That is a grid used to determine raises for certified employees based on years of experience and education, and there will be no raise to the district base pay. Now, a second informational meeting and chance to vote for the certified personnel who couldn't attend Tuesday meeting was scheduled for late yesterday afternoon at the Educational Support Center. And gas prices across the state rose last week, according to AAA. The national average price for regular unleaded is $2.18 per gallon, which is 4 cents more than a week ago, but is 2 cents less than a month ago. Now, 46 cents less than the same date last year, and the lowest price for this date since 2004. Now, according to AAA, the average price for Kansas is $2.08 a gallon, with Hays seeing the largest increase. They went from $2.01 a gallon a week ago to $2.12 this week. Now, prices could dip back below $2 a gallon once the summer driving season is complete and as many regions are allowed to transition to selling cheaper to produce winter blend gasoline. And don't forget, you got to register to win 30-ounce Yeti Rambler. All you got to do is send us a postcard to TV23 KDGL, P.O. Box 447, Sublette America 67877, or send us an email to cup@kdgltv.com. Put your name and address on there. That's all you got to do, and you're in for the chance to win. This week's winner, Tanner Jewsbury from Liberal. So, Tanner, we'll be sending you one of these babies right here out to you. Remember, all you got to do is send us an email or a postcard to win. Be back with the forecast and the weather after this.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV23 with host Chris Jewell. TV23's internet service and 4G live streaming. Provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And welcome back. You know that TV23 tower cam looking off to the west-northwest? That looks a lot like yesterday. Only thing is, we did have a little precipitation between yesterday and today. Looking at, I'm hitting the button. Brian. I'm hitting the button. Anyway. Okay. Okay, there it is. Yeah, Brian loves when I mess up. All right, right now, temperature is a pleasant 62 degrees. If it was 100 degrees and the relative humidity was 93%, my hair would be curling. Anyway, the wind is out of the north-northeast at 7. Barometric pressure on the rise. Taking a look at the current temperatures around the region. Look at that. Everybody is in the 60s and low 70s. Nice. Looking at the current dew points, you know they're pretty close to the current temperatures. That's why our humidity is so high. All right, not much wind out there yet today either. Most wind is down in Perryton, 17, and out of the north-northwest. Other than that, everybody is out of the west, except, well, you get out the Lamar and they're east-southeast, but those winds are going to be turning around a little bit today. All right, looking at our highs and lows as recorded at the Garden City Regional Airport yesterday. We did get the 86 yesterday. Far cry from 106. That record was set back in 1964 and 2011. Overnight low yesterday, 62, 52, the record back in 2015. They did have 4 hundredths of rain in Garden City overnight. I think we had about 65 hundredths down in Liberal. All right, here's the forecast for today. It's going to stay cloudy, cloudy, cloudy all day. 74 going to be the high. Winds are going to stay out of the north. Not very, they're going to be pretty light at 8 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy. There's a 30% chance of precipitation. 59 for the overnight low. Winds are still going to be out of the north at about 11. Now, there is a good chance of rain later this afternoon, early this evening, if you draw a line from, say, Elkhart to Dodge City up to Hayes. Those are the people that are going to see that chance of precipitation. And it does hang around 40% again tomorrow. 81 for the high, not bad. Winds are going to switch around to the east out of that 13 going to the south later on in the day. Tomorrow night, still a chance of precipitation hanging around 40%, 62 for the overnight low. Looking at the 7-day, now this is our biggest chance of rain is going to be on Friday and Saturday. Some hit and miss going through the weekend. You can see it's not really going to warm up. Warmest day coming up will be next week on Wednesday. It'll be 89. So that's a look at the weather. Be back with the markets and Adam after this.
As the owner of a business, I'm responsible for all these kids. No, I can't make sure they get all the fruits and veggies they need, or that they have good table manners, or that they use their inside voices, but I can make sure they get the support they need by reporting all my new hires to the state of Kansas.
When you report new hires, you make sure non-custodial parents pay their child support so kids get what they need to succeed in life.
Join me in doing one simple thing to help kids.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Hi, Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs weekdays at noon right here on TV 23. We talk about news, we talk about sports, we talk about weather, we're even going to talk entertainment. We'll have live guests right here on set with me. So, every day at noon, tune in, High Plains Today. We'll see you then.
Weekdays here on TV 23.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org. Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
And welcome back. We're now joined by our entertainment correspondent, Mr. Adam Jewell, via Skype, not from Chicago today. He is in Boston. How are you today?
I'm great. The sun is shining and Boston is looking lovely.
Okay, how are things in Boston?
Fine, I guess.
Are they wicked awesome? Wicked awesome?
Don't do that.
You don't like my okay, I won't do my Pepperidge. I won't do anything about Pepperidge Farms then.
Because
I love that old guy.
It's offensive.
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
That's New Hampshire.
Well, you're going there too. You'll be there next week. All right. Okay. Anyway, today you're going to tell us about the 5, in your estimation, worst movies of the summer, correct?
Correct.
All right. Hit me. Go.
All right. Because first of all, let's throw this out. 2016 hasn't been a great year for movies in itself. And usually before the summer, you usually have March and through February through March, or in April. It's kind of a slow time because it's after the award season and everything. And it really hasn't gotten off to a great start. And you hope that the summer will bring everything back up and then get you to smooth sailing right into the awards movies. Now, that hasn't been the case. And then the summer movies haven't made it any much better, because they've relied on old tentpole movies that just didn't live up to it. So we're going to start with number 5. Number 5 would be Jason Bourne, the continuation of the Jason Bourne trilogy. I see you're surprised.
Well, yeah, Jason Bourne movies are always good.
Exactly.
This one not, huh?
No.
Let down.
It's telling 2 different stories. It's one telling, about a story about how safe are you and what is your privacy like on the internet, and that ever prevailing idea of how private are your emails, how private is everything on the internet. And then 2, it's like, hey, how much stuff can we blow up and destroy? So it's just kind of a bad melding, and it's like, Matt Damon and Paul Greengrass really didn't do too well with this. Even though it made some money, it didn't live up to the rest of the Bourne franchise.
Oh, that's too bad, because I always liked Matt Damon in the Bourne movies. All right. Okay. Number 4?
Number 4.
What's number 4?
Independence Day Resurrection, or 2, or whatever they call it. Basically, this was just a money grab, for the studio to say, hey, look, Independence Day, it's been 20 years since the first one, and remember how awesome the first one is? This one, not so much.
Okay, I have a question about that. Okay, yeah. When they went to Area 51, whatever, and the professor guy with the long hair and the glasses and everything, he got killed, and then was he not in the second one?
Yeah, they used some bad explanation for it, and it just doesn't work. So, yeah.
I should have known when I saw the trailer for that, the preview, that when he was back in it, that there was something fishy going on.
Yeah, and Will Smith didn't want to do it, but...
Was he in it?
He was... They asked him, he said, I'm good.
Oh, okay, all right, so...
Chose to do another movie instead that we'll talk about, but we'll get there.
All right, so...
Next, number 3 is going to be Warcraft. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the popular computer game World of Warcraft. This is based on that, and they hoped to kind of re-energize the whole video games to silver screen. Didn't happen, because here's the thing. Video game movies have never worked because they try and do too much. And the thing with Warcraft is there's not really a cohesive story in Warcraft itself. So with Warcraft, the movie, you don't really have a storyline, especially with the game, because it's all about just continually playing, making your player better. It's a never-ending quest, So
Okay, so what you're saying is they might have a better opportunity making something with Mario and Luigi movie there, because it at least it goes from one end to the other.
No, it's actually the inverse, because they would have had a better chance just doing a whole new story, but the story didn't work, and like the CGI was okay, but it still looked good, and it's just for what it was supposed to be, just.
So in this day and age, though, how can you have poor CGI? You don't spend the money?
Yeah.
No.
So, number two is going to be the fantastical turd of a remake, Ben-Hur.
Okay, yes. When that came out, it made about $150 on its opening weekend, didn't it?
I think it made like $30 million its opening weekend.
Well, yeah, it got beat by, what did it get beat by? It got beat by something that had been out for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah. And they spent, I think, $200 to $250 million to make the movie. That's not including print and advertising. So with print and advertising, you still have another $100 million invested in that.
Now, if you want to see Ben-Hur, you need to rent the old version and see it with Charlton Heston in it.
Exactly.
That was that was a good movie.
And plus, it being, I guess, a made-up Bible story that Ben-Hur kind of is. Because, he meets Jesus and all of that in the original. I didn't see the...
Yeah, there's a little artistic license, but it follows that path of the Bible, yes. Yeah.
So, basically, yeah. And it's right now, I think, 29% on Rotten Tomatoes. Which then, speaking of Rotten Tomatoes, brings us to number 1. This has, I believe, a 22 to 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. The one that Will Smith decided to do, Suicide Squad.
Really? That's not good?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm disappointed that that's not good, because I thought, okay, so the best part of that movie was the trailer on TV?
I guess. It's a mess of trying to do this whole thing. It's once again showing the ineptitude that is DC and Warner Brothers trying to compete with Disney and Marvel. Because you see, okay, this is how one studio is doing it versus the other studio. It's like comparing the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns. One of them is doing things right. The other one is doing things terribly wrong. And DC would be the Browns. And you just see it throughout the entire thing. Fans are getting super upset because Rotten Tomatoes posted, gave it the bad review, and they're trying to get a petition to shut down Rotten Tomatoes. But remember, Rotten Tomatoes, it's a collection of all of the reviews from across the country. So it takes reviews of like New York Times, Variety, LA Times, so on and so forth.
Okay, so the people that are in Suicide Squad or like Suicide Squad are trying to, they're crying over this because it's not a good movie. And everybody's picking on them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's for good reason, because the movie is just a giant.
Not good.
It's just a giant bleepity bleep.
All right. Well, I'm glad I know how you feel about that. All right. So those are the 5 movies you don't want to see this summer. Well, if you see them, rent them or whatever, or wait till they come on HBO or something, right?
Exactly. Don't waste the time or the money.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a good day in Boston today. Have some chata. And what?
It's too hot for that.
Oh, okay.
I think it's clams or something.
All right, have some clams. Have a crab cake. All right, and we'll talk to you next week from wherever you are on the East Coast, and we'll talk about the 5 best movies of the summer.
Correct.
All right, thanks, Adam. We'll talk to you next week. And I'll be back with more right after this.
think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 110 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 600% increase in the last 20 years. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
And we're back. I'm sorry. It's really funny when your producer says in your ear, okay, we're going to go pretty quick right here. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. The Miami Marlins beat the Kansas City Royals 3-0 and snapped their 9-game winning streak last night in Miami. Same two teams again tonight. And heavy rainfall in Sydney, Australia, over 12 hours in early Thursday morning forced changes to the practice schedules for California and Hawaii, just 2 days away from their college football season opener at Olympic Stadium. That's right. First college game will be in Australia. The game is set to start at midday Saturday, which will be at 10 p.m. here. All right, and let's look at our weather before we get out of here today. Temperature's gone up a whole degree at 63 right now. Relative humidity 93%. Winds are out of the northeast at 6. Barometric pressure is on the rise. All right, we do have a chance of some rain rolling through here today. The biggest chance is if you draw a line from Elkhart to Dodge up through Hayes, that's where it's going to be. Other than that, going to be chance all the way for the next 6 days until Wednesday. All right, go out and have a great Thursday. See you tomorrow.
With the latest information from TV23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org.